It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in footballs. I'm not an expert in football measurements.
I don't want anyone rubbing them, putting in the air in them, taking the air out. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up.
I can't hold on to football. It's so goddamn hard about holding on to it.
Introducing Mike Cash Collins and Scott Stagg Simpson as the Fantasy Millionaires.
Welcome to the Fantasy Millionaires. That's Stacks. I'm Cash, broadcasting from the Worldwide Sports Radio Network on another Monday night in March. How are you doing tonight, Scotty Stacks?
I am doing great, my friend. I must say, it is a beautiful Monday. It is a glorious Monday, and I'm happy to be with you, my friend. How are you doing?
You know, I'm excited about daylight savings time. This is like the manic time of the year. You know, it's like the light is returning to us. You get a little manic around this time of year. Like I just get that extra, like, winter is ending. Hope is on the horizon.
Hope is on the horizon. The Fantasy Millionaires' new slogan. No, I agree. Spring is sprung around my house. We have flowers coming up. The grass is green again in the backyard. I really do love it. I've been laying out in the hammock, seeking my wellness. You know about that. Wellness is a real important part of Stack's life. I like to get the wellness in the hammock pretty much every day. Today was a little chilly here in the Maryland, but it's a good time.
What do you do for wellness?
I do about 30 minutes in the hammock. I do a little bit of meditation, prayer sometimes. You know, I check my DMs, all the good stuff the kids go for. Also, I look at NBA Top Shot, and I got to tell you, we talked about NBA Top Shot last week. Season preview here. I got some packs. I got a pack. I'm going to share a couple of the moments I got a little later in the show. So stick around if you're into the NFTs. I got one to share with you. And you know what? Here's the thing, Mike, if you're able to get an account, I will send it your way. I'll give you one of these moments. I'll let you pick which moment you want. Send it your way for free. So sign up. I think you do it at NBATopShot.com. See if they're accepting new patrons right now. It's a crazy time in the market, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. Also, I watched a documentary about one of your boys who I know that you absolutely love, Big E. It was one of my favorite experiences this past weekend was watching the Big E doc. We're going to talk about that today. We got a whole bunch of stuff on the slate. We're going to talk the NFL power rankings, free agency, the tampering period is being, engaged in right now. People are tampering out the wazoo, as they say. So we got a packed show. We got 3 tweets at the end. Anything else you wanted to throw in there? It's going to be fire, my friend.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. Definitely got my interested in doing the first we love to do power rankings, so we've got the first official power rankings of NFL.com, but we'll get there. Excited about the being incorporated now into the website on Worldwide Sports Radio Network. That's another cool thing. We're over there now. Check out your boys. We have I think, I don't know, there's like 16 different shows, but you'll find the Fantasy Millionaires over there. There we are. Meet the crew.
Got to meet the crew. It's the Fantasy Millionaires. It's Monday, of course. If you're listening,
slide down, show my pick.
10 o'clock. This is my boy.
There's Mike Collins.
Mike Collins. I got a little.
I don't know what I have in my pocket.
You have a Gatorade bottle. This was when we went on a man's retreat. Me and Mike, October 2014. We went out to Deep Creek, Maryland. It's an area out in Cumberland, far out in the edge of Maryland. And Mike and I were in the woods. We went to a waterfall. It was a great day. Mike didn't have a jacket, so he wore like 9 shirts, and he found this hat. Tell us about this hat, Mike, because this hat's special.
I'm a fantasy analyst. Look at me. check out my pics.
Meet the
Yeah.
crew.
Meet the crew.
Well, yeah. So this hat, long story short, this hat had been puked in, and Mike didn't know that. And so, as he was rolling through, leaving the house, the cabin to go to the walk, he just threw the hat on. Halfway through the walk, he's like, "Man, I smell like puke. It's not good." Took off the hat, and that was the culprit. It was the puke hat.
So I was wearing a hat that someone had partied in the weekend before and expelled vomit into, and it took me about half a hike to figure that out. So
Your whole head smelled like puke.
there's that picture. Yeah.
So that's repping us here at the Fantasy Millionaires. You can check that out over at the worldwide sportsradio.com. We're really excited to be on. This is our second show. Also, though, first week we got a little bit of the print action going on over here. Mike and I co-authored How to Become a Fantasy Millionaire. You want to know, we got the goods, man. It was a really great read.
Great.
So,
it's a great interview. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it was one
a lot of
tips,
a lot of good nuggets in there. So check that out.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is my man Mike gives let's call him Cash. Actually, sorry, my man Cash. He gives his motto for life, which is "Ball it till you haul it." So
ball it till you haul it, bros.
Yeah, check that out, man.
Ball it till you haul it, bros.
Not that struggle about making that cake. So it's
a really deep metaphor. That there's so many different things that go into ball it till you haul it. So that's over there too. But yeah, man, excited to get into stuff tonight. So it's just we're moving forward now. Daylight savings time has come. Do you get a little bit of seasonal affective disorder? Do you get a little sad during the winter? Do you feel it?
It's normally not. I'm kind of a peppy guy, as you guys have kind of gotten to know. But what I do like is the more sunlight in the evening. It's sunset around like 6:30 or 6:50, 7 o'clock. I love that. It was great. I loved having the longer day, and I've been transitioning. So what I do is about a week before daylight savings, I just try to go to bed a lot earlier, maybe an hour and a half earlier. So then when it comes around, I'm already kind of plugged in, and it worked. It was good. I went to bed last night at 11:30, which was really 10:30. I was tired, fell asleep, got my 8 hours in, ready to rock and roll for today. Had a big day at work, got through that, took a little bit of a break. And so, I haven't experienced that, but I do like the new spring season that we're kind of upon us now. We've got a bunch of things happening in the NFL. The draft is around the corner. The sun is out. I do feel, just a new effervescence of life. So yeah, I'm with you, but I don't think I'm let down. So
I don't know if I would, be able to be clinically diagnosed, but I have noticed now, living for 41 years, something happens to me post daylight savings. Like I just get, and especially this year, because 2020 was just, this is a 9/11 pre-post moment in all of our lives, and like the hope that's coming with the light and the vaccines, I'm geared up, bro. We might, why won't we have live fantasy drafts in August or September when we do them?
Man, you know what? Speaking of that, the Fantasy Expo, shout out everybody involved in there, everybody going there. I don't think we're going to be able to go this year as a crew. We really want to be able to go, but there's just a bunch of things. We got a friend getting married a couple weeks later. We're going to be traveling, out to New Mexico. So, can't do back to back trips, but that to me sounds just amazing. Getting together, doing things again. I got vaccinated. I got my second jab. I'm good to go. Still wearing a mask, still being cautious, still being very, thoughtful of others. Now that I have this privilege, I want to do an even more, careful job of making sure I don't infect anybody else or be a carrier at all. No glibness or, way I'm treating this, but I think there's great opportunity. You and I and Denny are going to try to go golfing this spring once all the jabs are in, and and maybe it's early summer, but I can't wait for that kind of stuff too. Just outside doing life again. And I do feel you, and I know not everyone's there yet, but I do think there is a better time ahead, and hopefully in the next 5-6 months. So
I'm set up to get my first shot. I believe it's Friday. So I would like to know: does Bill Gates visit you in your dreams?
No, I'll just tell you this though. And it's going to be different for everybody. I've listened to lots of different people, and some people say this is, this is fine. This is fine. Moderna's better. Pfizer's better. Whatever it is. I don't know which one you're getting. Are you getting Moderna, Pfizer? You're not sure either. Okay. I'll tell you this about my experience was with Moderna. My arm hurt like hell for a long time. It really didn't feel good, and I didn't like it. And then also to go along with that, I just had shooting pains, and then today I had a huge headache dump. So besides those kinds of things, though, I didn't get a fever. I wasn't close to death or anything, but I just didn't like it. My arm, it didn't work for a little while after the first shot as well. It really was loaded down and just felt weird. So, but besides that, I think you'll be fine. Even if you're not, it's better than the coronavirus for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do it. So I think we're going to be doing vaccines from here on out till the good Lord takes us home. So I'm jumping in and getting on board, and just hopefully I don't have any weird Bill Gates dreams. You know what I mean? So whatever.
No, I mean, if he haunts me, I'll tell you, because I've also been taking some melatonin to help me get nice and sleepy, and I've had vivid dreams, but no Bill Gates coming in my dreams. He doesn't show up at all. So, but it does show up in my dreams, and now it showed up in my account. A little transition there is NBA Top Shot, and I want to just pivot because I talked a little smack about him last week, and I'm going to continue to talk smack about him because I'm not a huge fan of their complete business model, as it's, I don't know if they knew the success they were going to have, so they weren't ready for it, but they have a little bit of growth to do, but I'm not going to.
I just want to understand. So you own NFTs now?
Yes, I own some NFTs. I can share one with you.
Got it?
Yes, I've got one. So I've got a few NFTs. Yeah, let me show you what they look like here, and people.
Right, let me check these bad
Yeah,
boys
we're gonna.
out.
Here you go.
Okay.
Boom. So it's the pass there.
Just a highlight? Is that all it is?
That's what you get, man. Boom.
That's what you get? You get a highlight?
You get your own. This is your highlight.
Come with like any. I mean, this is it. You just get a highlight.
It's in a special box, and it goes around like this.
That's all right though, bro. I bet you're gonna be able to sell this for like $6,000.
$1 million. I'm becoming a fantasy millionaire.
Give me one. You're gonna give me one.
I'm gonna let you pick. So this is one.
You're gonna let me pick one.
Yeah. So I got that one. And then I got a couple good ones. This is the one that's my most expensive. I'll show you this one. Here we go. This is a real one.
Okay.
Oh, put it down, big boy. Put it
down. He's a beast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. So you're in the game.
You
got yourself. That's a
little something. I thought I'd show you. It's not all bad. The problem is it takes forever to get a pack. When they drop the packs, there's so many people are there, and I've just been randomized out so many times. So I'm actually glad I have a few of the different moments. I'm building my repertoire here, and one of these I'll give to you. You know what I'm saying? So just get in there, get the game going. I'll give you one of my moments for free. And I think actually cool thing, London's 5K for Hope for Henry. Somebody online, I forget who it was, but they are giving away an NBA Top Shot moment for friends who screenshot that they've signed up for the 5K or donated to the 5K. So there's chances to get these out there, whether it's people giving them away, people giving them on I know Pete Overzet and his NBA Top Shot crew have their show they're always talking about and sharing, and it's a fun thing. It's a fun little community to be involved in, and I'm excited I got my wares, so I wanted to share that with you, good sir.
Let me ask you this before we get into fantasy stuff in a little while. What is your favorite little bit of off-season news that struck you this past week that is non-sports related or non-fantasy related?
Non-fantasy related.
Anything hits you?
I do like the fact that Drew Brees is going to be working over at NBC Sports The Edge. Well, NBC Sports, but I like that, and I think it fits with their brand. They've got Dungy over there. They've got Harrison, Rodney Harrison over there. They've got clean cut, well spoken, just classy people. I think that's what Drew Brees kind of presents himself as. So I thought that was kind of fun. And now I like that him and Denny are colleagues. So, that's just so funny. I'm going to be, going down that well a lot this year, making up fake fights, between them. Already instigated something online today talking about what's Denny going to do when he criticizes kickers, so I'm excited. This looks, fun little partnership with Drew Brees. He's going to bring a lot of excitement to the game.
Yeah. What you want to hear mine?
Yes, I do. I want to hear yours.
I thought you'd like this one. My favorite piece of off-season news, non-sports related, Governor Pete Ricketts saying if you legalize marijuana, you're going to kill your kids. That's what the data from around the country shows. That that's the kind of thing that used to bother me. It used to piss me off when I would hear people be just absurd and evil.
You're right.
And
blatantly,
like, this is what's cool. Post COVID, I actually enjoyed seeing. I feel like COVID has been such a defining event in all of our lives that it's cartoonish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's really like watching something out of a movie that Seth Rogen wrote, and that guy's the bad guy.
Right. It's killing kids. I have the day.
It's so fake. Like this kid, like this actually happened. This is a real moment, and it just, I don't know how to say it. It made me happy to be alive in 2021 to actually see something like and that something like that used to bother me. Mm-hmm. And now, because of COVID, it's like, wherever bad things happen, good things can come out of it. And COVID has taken away my anger at the absurdity of that statement.
Good. Well, I told my wife, I plan to call the governor of Nebraska and just say, hey man, I've been saying this for years, bro. I'm totally with you. Can you tell me where this data is? This is my website needs that data because it's not true data. And so I wanted to call and just,
it's like the funniest thing.
Glibly be like, you guys got the data. Where is it? I need that data.
Yeah, but, it's legitimately like Seth Rogen wrote that speech for him, and he, he's the antagonist, in whatever the story arc of the movie is.
My favorite is all the posse members, all the old white guys behind him in their suits with their arms crossed.
It's so funny.
I know. It was like, all right, you look hard, you cross your arms. You put your chin up a little bit, Kevin. Put your chin up a little bit. It was very much staged, and like a funny movie. So I that did tickle me a little bit funnier than Drew Brees. I forgot about that. So thanks for bringing that back.
You been over in the clubhouse?
I've been over there minimally. I've been working really hard lately because my work is coming to an end.
The Fantasy Millionaires are gearing up. We're going to start having we have a room all set up. We might launch this week with our first room. Yeah.
I'm totally down to clubhouse you about you just clubhouse everybody. I'm going to clubhouse you, mother. Okay.
Dude, there's so many good rooms in there though. I found this one, Mizo Estates. I told you I was in a room with Darius Butler.
Yes.
The Patriots cornerback from back in the day. Crypto NFT. My favorite room of all of them is this guy named Duran Forbes. He runs the Stock Market Academy. Ooh. Did you see that article I posted on Twitter last night about teachers' pension funds?
Yes. Mismanaged out the wazoo. That's terrible.
Bro, when I was in this room, I honestly started feeling scared because it was like being in a real life episode of 2020. It was like he was exposing something to, help teach people about stocks or whatever. And then you realize that you're talking about something that's billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars that all these state funds, they're all operating the same way. And Kentucky's pension fund, your boy Mitch McConnell,
Yeah.
they're bandying about declaring bankruptcy so that no state workers, including teachers, would be able to get paid through the pension fund. And
That's ridiculous.
dude, it was insane. And when I was listening to it, I felt like I was in like Michael Clayton. I was like, what? This is because we're not talking just like a little bit of scamminess.
Right.
Like we're talking
Criminal
billionaire.
malfeasance.
Yeah, we're talking major people are involved. And meanwhile, that's the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's insane. As somebody who has a pension, would like to keep my pension, and who's worked hard for my pension, to think that a state would just bankrupt itself. And thankfully, Maryland has progressive thinkers and a better tax base. At least they've been able to tax their base more effectively, I think, than Kentucky has been. But man, Chris Christie did this a couple of, I think during his first term, at the end of his first term, he mismanaged the pension fund of all their workers in the whole state. He put it into some things and he lost like $500 million or something.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy too? All these states, they all put the same like 10 stocks in their portfolio. I mean, it was a rabbit hole that you started to go down, and it was this is like Dateline right here. Like, here I am in the Stock Market Academy with Theron Forbes, and we're talking about something that nobody knows about. I mean, it's just insane, dude. Insane.
It is ridiculous. And, it so saddens me as somebody who cares about just public workers. You know, I'm a union person. I've been to big union meetings. If this puts me on a list somewhere, fine. I don't care. You know, I've been to union rallies in Chicago with large groups of people. I was in a union meeting once and I heard someone talk about what are the consequences of them, of a problem in their work. And they said death. And I turned around, I said, sir, can I ask you what job do you have? He said, I'm an electrician. So you just learned about all the different unions, the pipe fitters, the truckers, all these different working class people like teachers who have been out there busting their butts and who can die from the jobs that they have and all the protections that they've tried to fight to get. So I'm a union guy and I stick with that. And so it makes me really sad, and to hear that and just to know that there's not a lot of just smart people behind the money for people who are in public work.
Yeah. No. Yeah, well, all that fun stuff aside, we will get down to business, and when we come back, we're gonna do the first official Fantasy Millionaires power rankings, and we're gonna kind of critique the NFL and get into some of the off-season moves. So, that's coming up.
Excellent. Well, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Stick around, folks. We'll see you in a bit.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit them online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing? I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
The Woo got something that I know that everybody want to hear, because I know I've been waiting to hear.
Now, back to the Fantasy Millionaires.
Dude, what's up? We back. How you doing, brother?
So let's do it. Let's do the first official power rankings for the Fantasy Millionaires. So we saw the NFL.com released the power rankings, and first of all, did you notice that it was like they just moved backwards from the playoffs? I mean, it was
pretty ridiculous. They didn't even really try.
You know, it's not going to end up just like last year. So,
right. Guys, calm down. It's not the exact same, you know?
Yeah. So,
so funny. So, guess who's number one? Tampa Bay, number one.
Here's what's interesting, though. What's your 1 and 2 if you're doing it right now?
You know, I'm going to say Kansas City is my number 1. I'm going to say Green Bay is my number 2. And then I'm going to say Buffalo's my 3. And then I'm going to put our Tampa Bay, Buccaneers.
Tampa
Bay. What a funny name. So I don't know who coined that or who made that, but it was just so funny when I heard it. Tampa Bay. It's so funny.
So you're not worried at all about the offensive line situation? Did you see that Patrick Mahomes restructured his contract, and that so they are freeing up money to deal with the offensive line. I think they signed somebody. They signed Joe Thuney, a guard from New England who's hot ass. $80
million I saw. I mean, it's not a little bit of chump change there,
Yeah. But so you got them as 1.
Yeah.
Green Bay 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Tampa Bay.
You're going to stick with Tampa Bay.
I'm going with the NFL.com's 1 and 2 right there.
I think they're going to lose Leonard Fournette, so I think that's going to change. It's going to be all Ronald Jones all the time, which is fine. I mean, you can do Ronald Jones. I'm not going to say don't, but that's going to be kind of where it is the most. I don't think you're not going to have that backfield split. So if he can handle the whole workload, then I think their offense should be pretty good. I don't know if Gronk comes back though. I mean, I think that matters too. So we'll see. It's hard. I mean, Tom Brady's going to be what, 40, 43? 43. I mean, if he did it again, holy smokes, man! Like that would just be epic.
That's what I said last year.
Holy shiitake mushrooms, ridiculousness. So
that's what I said last year. They're getting Shaq Barrett back. I think that's a huge deal.
Dude, I talked about that with Matt McCoy this week. We just talked about who are the free agents who you'd want to sign. I was like, man, I'd want to sign, Shaq Barrett. I said, I can't believe he's a free agent. And I said, and the Bucs were, if they let him go, it's just a dent to their D, particularly their this thing. When you can generate pass rush, you saw it in the Super Bowl and you saw it in the NFC or the AFC Championship or NFC Championship game too. Shaq Barrett is a monster, and he reminds me of Reggie White with his bull rush. Like he's much more athletic, but he could just take you as a bigger 300-pound man and he can mush you back. And then he can pivot off there, scrape, and go get the quarterback and not lose, really any momentum. It's crazy, man. He's a beast. So I do like him. It's just hard to go back to back. And that division too, it's not going to be the best division ever. So they will have probably, it's kind of like they're going to have a free playoff ticket because, the Bucks the Saints are going to be either Jameis Winston it up, which I think they'll be okay. I can get you 8 to 10 wins maybe there with Jameis, or maybe halftime you're rolling out Taysom Hill. I don't know. You got a big contract for him. It's mostly fluff. So there's a lot of different things that could happen. But I think I'm going to go with Kansas City. Their offense is just ridiculous, and I think they've got a few more runs in them as well. And Aaron Rodgers bringing back, Aaron Jones coming back, and Aaron Rodgers, MVP 2020 season. I really like him coming back again and being effective. And now
I'll be honest with you. I think you've convinced me. I'm re-ranking. I think I've been very influenced by the Patrick Mahomes meme, where it's all the Bucs lining up against him and it's just a blank field, and then he's just standing back there by himself.
Yeah.
And they're like Patrick Mahomes, 2021 season, because all this offensive line stuff.
In the Super Bowl, all those players injured in the Super Bowl, they had the doctor.
It's true, man. It's true.
People for COVID in Canada. What a great guy. They lost their O-line. They need to bring it back. That's what they have to do.
All right, so let's do this. Let me ask you this. Who is your big, who do you see on this list that you want to move way up? Who
do I think rebounds and just kind of brings
just going to beat this projection?
I think the
That's
Rams
exactly who
are
I've
going to
got.
be really good next year with Stafford. I think they've got a nice 12-win opportunity in front of them if they kind of max out. Tell me what you're thinking.
That's exactly what I think. I'm a big we mind melded right there, baby, because for me I like Green Bay as well. I like the Bucks, but I think the Rams to me are my dark horse team to make it all the way to the Super Bowl. I think the upgrade in quarterback with Stafford behind center, and I buy into the Sean McVay is a genius thing. I really think he is. I think he eats, breathes, sleeps it, and I mean everyone who's ever come into contact with that dude, just his IQ's off the charts. I mean, he's gonna do things, and people talk about Stafford having injury woes. He hasn't really. If you go and look at his career, he's had some injuries and he's been able to play through them. That dude is a baller.
Yeah.
And he's also had injury woes because he played on the Lions his whole career. So he's just in a whole different scene with a whole different level of talent around him. I I don't know. I got them at like 4 for me.
Yeah.
I like the Bills maybe as 3, but
Yeah.
I put them. Maybe I go Packers, Rams.
Yeah,
So,
I think Tennessee needs to go up a little higher than 11. I know that they lost Jonnu Smith just now. I know that they lost.
and so why did they lose Jonnu Smith? What's the reason for that, sir?
They lost him to the money grub or money, spending all of a sudden out of nowhere. Bill Belichick, he spent like apparently $194 million today.
So can you explain tampering? So
Yeah.
what is tampering?
So tampering, normally tampering is bad, right? When you think of tampering, you think of somebody who is doing something they should not be, whether they're circumventing a contract or they're illegally influencing a market or doing something like that. So in this case, illegal tampering would be going and talking to players before the window is open. But the legal tampering period means technically you can agree in principle, you just can't sign on the dotted line. So today he was out there cashing checks and breaking necks. He was just out there on the phone like, I want to get you, and I want to get you, and I'm going to get you. And so they haven't paid them yet, but when they can sign, this is what they're looking at. Jonnu Smith, Matt Judon, Jalen Mills, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. There's another guy whose name I can't pronounce, Devin Godshow, I think. I don't know. They've got a bunch of players, and so they're making a run, and so they're way down on this list too. I don't know where they are. Let's see where they are.
They had the Washington football team, I think, higher than them.
18.
They're like 23. Go down.
Oh, I can't even find. Yeah,
They had a lot of signings.
Yeah,
that might be
some players coming back off the injured COVID list too, who decided to opt out last year. A lot of their defensive players, if you remember,
defense was a monster the year before. Yeah. If you had them in fantasy, they were like a first round fantasy draft pick with the amount of points they scored.
This is kind of my dark horse here. Jonnu Smith does upgrade their offense. I don't think he's going to be. I heard Kyle Yates, respect to the Fantasy Pros, my man. He said he's got top 5 potential. I think he's got that every week, but I don't think he's going to be in the top 5. I think he's maybe top 8, maybe top 7. Maybe I'm like parsing.
He said that about Cam?
No, he said that about Jonnu Smith in New England as a tight end. So I respect that, but that's a little bit high. Yeah, I mean they've got some weapons now for Cam. Hopefully, but 23rd is too low for me. I think they're going to need to go up a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, I think New England Baywatch is going to be another relevant segment in 2021.
Yeah,
I think they're not going to supersede the Bills in that division.
Yeah,
and then you got Miami there too. So. There is drama, but I do think Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time, even though there's a lot of reasons people could make an argument against it.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting them to
rebound,
do better than 23.
Yeah. What do you think about? Well, before we go to 3 tweets, let's check this last one. Dallas Cowboys 22nd. They're putrid last year, of course. What do you think? Getting Dak back, kind of rifling them up to go. How does that play out for you?
I think we picked the Cowboys last year preseason, so I like them right where they are.
Games last year, son of a gun.
I like them right where they are. I'm buying into the hype of the fantasy players on that team.
Yeah.
I'm buying into the hype of Dak. I think he's going to be a monster. But are they going to win games? They're the Cowboys. They're going to be.
Who knows?
They're going to be 8-8. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I like they put the Washington football team ahead of them. So
I think they're too low. I think they should be up higher. So
you think?
Yeah. I mean, they were the one team who actually almost beat they came the closest to beating the champs. If you look at who gave them the best game in the playoffs, the Washington football team. So you got I mean, the divide between them is 1-18. Is that the Washington football team's number in here? I think they're a little higher than that. I think they're maybe top 15. So that's me. But listen, I love this, but we can do this all day. But we got to get to 3 tweets, man. That's just something that we got to do. It's part of our lifestyle, you know. And if you don't know 3 tweets, here's how it works. Mike and I both offering a tweet that we think is funny or we think is enjoyable or that we think would stimulate the people. And then we kind of decide whose tweet's better. And that person, if I win or Mike wins, they get the third tweet to take us out. So
you get the 3rd tweet.
Yeah, I won last week. Well, I kind of won. We both won.
I think we took the same, it was like a tie because we had the same tweet. So.
Yeah, so who do you want to go first this week, me or you?
It's up to you. You can go.
All right, I'm gonna go first. And I'm gonna show the picture, and here's what I'm gonna do because I need to be able to do this at the same time. I'm gonna produce the show over here. Sorry, I gotta do this, but you know sometimes you gotta produce.
Is this another Denny centric tweet?
Oh yeah, it's a Denny centric tweet.
This guy gets a lot of run on the show. We're big fans.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. But here's the picture, right? It's down there. You can read it. Okay, so there's the picture. Denny basically posted a picture of himself, and he said, "You know, I got a haircut." You know, which is great. Somebody took it and they said, "This is my son's 11th birthday. He's really had a hard year in this pandemic. We had to move 2 times, and he was bullied at both new schools. He's sweet and sensitive and doesn't understand why kids are so mean. Could you wish him happy birthday today? His name is CD Carter 13. Please retweets." So it just made me laugh looking at the picture. That I think that was from D Millie's 87. D Millie 87. That was hilarious. They crushed it out of the park there. And I love that. So
is Danny going to go golfing with us? Have we, or is that a real thing?
He tweeted me. He said, I'm getting my vaccine, and a bunch of people hate it.
Vaccine.
Yeah. He says,
vaccinated dudes. We can roam the streets. We can party.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to go to Little Bennett, and then we're going to all have our own carts, and then we're all going to handle our own balls. And I mean, it's just, listen, if you don't play, I play golf with you regularly. Each year we do it. And, you are socially distanced.
Yeah, golf is
that's how hold hands walking down the fairway. You know what I mean? Like, you're definitely socially distanced. We'll still wear masks. We'll still be very safe and be able to maintain that. So, but yeah, I thought this was hilarious. Made me laugh, and we'll go golfing this year. I promise. So,
okay.
All right. Where you're at? What's
all right? Go to this is he is really more of an Instagram star. I was surprised because he's so funny on Instagram, and I found the bottom one. It's part 1. Okay. His name's Brent Pella, and he is he's a funny. He's definitely a big deal on Instagram. Like, I think he does Instagram for a living. He comes up with all these funny videos. So
there's part 2 down here, by the way, on the bottom. It says,
so go to part 1.
Okay. I want to make sure I produce it correctly. Okay, here we go. Part, you ready?
Yeah, go to hold on. So let me just say one more thing. So this is about Clubhouse. This is your thing. This is literally me. This is me right now on Clubhouse.
Okay.
Talking to my family.
Fungible tokens. No. It has nothing to do with fungus. Yeah, I've been on Clubhouse for a while. First jumped in a room on Monday. Today is Tuesday, so I'm pretty much a veteran. Hey, do you guys understand the metaverse? If not, let me explain it to you. Hey, I want to reset the room real quick. Hey guys, can we reset the room real quick? I got a pre-packed schedule today. At noon, I'm talking about metaphysics and the multiverse theory. 3 p.m., I'm in a male silence room. It's just going to be a bunch of men kind of not talking and being quiet. Guys, the world is changing right now. I just started doing graphic art this morning, and I think I'm getting really good at it. Let's connect offline tomorrow. Is Patrick still in the room? Patrick, we should connect tomorrow. Yeah, I just sent you a DM on Instagram. I didn't follow you, but I sent you a DM to connect. I mean, last month I had to ask my mom for gas money, and then this morning I was kicking it in a room with Lex Friedman, Jake Paul, and Steve Aoki's manager, talking about the best ways to create clean drinking water.
I was in that room
in the desert. Oh, hang on. Tim Dillon just started a room called Woody Allen Should Be President. Change My Mind. I gotta jump in.
Oh, dude, I love it. I think you win 3 tweets. It's just so perfect.
Yeah, dude. Okay, awesome.
Let's go. Pick up
Because
part
part 2 is funny too. Let me just say this: turn up a little bit. First of all, next time you play it, is
Okay.
a little soft. So this is me. Like, ever since I got on there, I keep talking to everyone. We're talking about it on the show.
Yeah.
And that caricature is
you 100%.
It's me. It's the weirdest thing in the world. You feel so important, and like you are in these rooms with like Lex Friedman.
I talked to Matthew Berry. I mean, what are you going to do? You know, I talked to Cal Yates, Sam Harris, Matthew Berry, all these people. It's nuts. All right, let's look for time purposes. Let's keep rocking.
And if you guys want to follow me, I'm doing a drop on Nifty Gateway in a couple of weeks. Okay, no, I just think you're taking what I'm saying out of context, and like with all respect, and I mean this very like respectfully and with all respect, you're just objectively wrong. I'm done speaking. Yeah, outside of Clubhouse, I'm working on this platform I'm building. I can't say much about it actually. Like I literally can't talk about it. I'm a DJ, artist, graphic producer, graphic novel, micro brewery connoisseur,
Fantasy football analyst.
Enthusiast. My platform is going to be for everybody's platform. That people can build platforms on their platforms and then bring those platforms to my platform. It's crazy. I mean, 3 years ago, I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, and today I'm learning how to merge my consciousness with AI so that I can become immortal. And I honestly think that the 4 of us in this room right now are going to be at the forefront. I just want to piggyback real quick. You guys mind if I jump in? Do you mind if I jump in, you guys?
Oh man, that's perfect. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I hate to jump out. We got about a minute
Wrap
left.
it up, brother.
Let me just share us again. Check us out. We are the Fantasy Millionaires. We are on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Monday from 10 to 11. You can check out our page, check out our content. We have an article out, How to Become a Fantasy Millionaire. Check us out over there. And then also check out our boy, Bo McBigtime Hotbox Batch. I got my own right here.
So good.
It is fire. I also got the merch. The merch is fire too.
It's the best hot sauce in the world, man. It really is. I was a big Tabasco guy. I have switched. It is just, it's better. It's just the best.
You can get cool swag like I have. Go to Viridian Global. They're awesome. And check that stuff out. We are the Fantasy Millionaires. Follow us at the Ralph Macho on Twitter. I am Nimble W Numbers. We are at the FF Millionaires. You can subscribe to our YouTube. Download the Worldwide Sports Radio Network app. Check us out every Monday, 10 until 11. Can't wait to do it again, brother. This has been perfect.
Yep. Can't wait to see everybody next week. We'll run it back.
All right. Peace.
Peace.